All right, so we are back. We're going to be talking about the Great Axe. Now, the Great Axe, as of right now, current build is broken. It really is. With its back swing, I'll show you. So it's a back swing. Whoops. What? Am I on? That was weird. So, you got your light attacks, right? So, currently, its backswing, this one, is broken. It will double hit and apparently scales with execute damage, which is kind of broken. If you ask me, oops, wrong buttons. So, does primarily slash damage across the board. It's probably the strongest hitting weapon in the game as of right now in terms of just attacking and execute damage. Execute damage is huge. It's hard to pull off. Great in PvE, a lot harder to do in PvP. A lot harder to do in PvP. But when you're using the Great Axe, my favorite tree is probably the Reaper tree with this pull. This is probably my favorite pull. Don't like this one. It's Maelstrom is, for me, probably the weaker of the pulls. If you're going just straight pulls, this number 2, this number 1, this one is super fun. And if you're doing a bunch of pulls, might as well pick this up. It can't hurt. It can't hurt. Anywho, charge. Charge is a great gap closer or initiation tool. You charge forward, you do additional damage the further you are back, and you can also turn it into a swipe. Right? It's like a horizontal swipe rather than just a vertical. So you'll hit more people. I tend to like this one more. I just don't have enough points into it to do anything other than playing. But Great Axe is super fun. It has great survivability as well with a bunch of heals that you could do. You get heals from crits. You can get additional crits from this if you want to go that way. There was one more hitting an enemy. Yeah, right here. Hitting an enemy when they're below HP will give you HP back. It has good survivability as well. It's probably one of the, I guess if you want to do it a tier list, this would probably be one of the top tier weapons of the game. One of the top tier, hands down, until they changed up some stuff around. Like I really hope that that heavy swing is not actually meant to be there. It's just a bug. If it's not, that's it's a bit much. So I'm just gonna assume it's a bug. It's broken right now. Hope they fix it. Hope they do something with Whirlwind, because honestly, Whirlwind is just garbage. It's not very good. Can't even get backstab on it. It's not good compared to everything else. It's just not good. If I'm gonna go a spin, I'm gonna grab this one. At least you pull them, right? You can do it twice even. It's just honest to me, this is just the weakest skill in the Great Axe. Everything else, it's pretty good. I don't really prefer this one, but it has its good uses. PvP, you only usually get one spin off anyways. Usually they roll out as soon as you pull them, so you only get one hit. So this one doesn't do too well PvE. Yeah, you'll get both hits. It could be pretty nice in PvE, but PvP, I don't. This would be a lot harder to pull off. Now, if you like send projectiles back, that'd be a different story. Like it like reflects the projectiles, so it'd be a lot more useful in both PvE and PvP. But this, not so much. It's really hard to even consider absorbing a projectile because a lot of them are fast. You're not going to be able to react in time unless you're already doing it and they shoot at you at the time. So this one, not so much. Extended measure pull range. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Definitely. So how big is it? Advanced pulling closer to you doesn't say. 50% increased range. It doesn't really say how far. Now, Vortex. Vortex is a great ability for clustering. Like you'll see, like if we're talking strictly PvP, you'll see a lot of great PvP moments. A lot of them are gonna be involving Vortex. Those big skirmishes of enemies, you can clump them all together, and it also bursts. And on top of that, the more people you get into it, it will do additional damage. Like 10% for everybody inside when it goes boom. That's a lot. So this one's the Great Axe is just great single target right there, and great for large scale battles. And all your attacks are sweep too. Besides execute, majority of everything is just all sweeping. So you cleave for days with the Great Axe. You can get some armor pen as well. The Great Axe is just a really strong weapon. And it's ultis. Great Axe attacks increase damage by 3% for 3 seconds, max stacks 10. So you can get a 30% damage increase. And that's pretty big when you're doing large scale battles. This one, if you find yourself chasing down a lot of enemies, PvP, you'll find this more useful. If they're running away from you so much, here you go. Easily chase them down between this, and this. You'll be golden. They're running really fast. You have Berserk or Bloodlust active. You charge at them, you hit them, they roll away. Easily pull them back in with this, and then you try rolling away again with their second roll, and then just hit them with the Vortex or hit them with the Gravity Well. Great combo for just all around use. Unfortunately, to get to this point, you're either going with this one, which I don't really find too useful. Like it can be useful, but 20 seconds. So I ended up just going with these. I rarely did the heavy attacks. I just found out, not necessarily, well, kind of recently, towards the end, like 2 days ago, about the broken attack on the Great Axe. So that's that. But other than that, there's just the axe. The axe's kit is just real strong. You don't do too many slows, but you pull. You pull everybody close to you. That's really about it, though. There's not much to cover. It's just a strong weapon, and we're going up against it. Don't stand still. If you see him winding up for the execute, it's a long execute cooldown, or a long animation for execute. Easy to deal with. When people are charging at you, this can be a little tricky to get away from, but you can do just side steps and they'll miss. Depending on if they're going at this, because if they're going at this, it's going to be a little bit harder to get away because they'll just swipe and get you with that backhand. And if they hit you with the Vortex, don't try just spamming dodge. It has a bit of a delay before it goes boom. So just try to get to the out. Try to get as close as you can to the edge and then dodge or use an ability to get out of it. But it's Vortex pulls you in quite strongly. And has a bit of a range when they throw it too. Light attacks, I definitely recommend getting this one 100%. Hitting a few times will just increase your all-around damage. That includes your pulls, your executes, your gravity well, or charge. If you're not using it for initiation, you're changing down, you still have this. It'll be pretty nice. You also got some block stuff. There's a taunt. So, Great Axes can also, I guess, be a tank as well, like an off tank. If your main tank needs a little bit of a break, you taunt him for 4 seconds. Healer can heal him up, and you can just sit there and block. And when you are blocking, you will get additional damage, like this one right here. Oh, not this one. when you block an attack with a Great Axe, gain 5% damage for 5 seconds for 3 stacks. So it has some off tanky feels to it as well. So we're pretty nice. So if you find yourself tanking a lot of hits with the Great Axe, might as well pick this up. Might as well pick this one up too. Especially if you're trying to be more a CC tank type of guy. But yeah, there's just not too much to cover with the Great Axe. It's strong. It's just strong. I hope they fix the double hit on its heavy attack, but other than that, it's strong. Great pair with a lot of weapons. Same as the sword and shield. Weapon combos are really up to you. If you want to find a reference for good weapon combos, you can look in here and see which one scales with which. If you don't know what scales with which, light equals the main attribute. Dark is the second attribute. Or you can just hover over and strength is first, then dex. Same thing with these. Dex first, scales with dex more. Scales with dex more. You know, just stuff like that. So you can figure out which weapon combos you want there. But other than that, Great Axe is a great choice to pick. I hope they fix the heavy attack. That's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have anything to add, feel free. I'd love to hear what you guys have to add up either. Or about the Great Axe. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your time. And have you a wonderful rest of your day, everybody. Thank you.